So I keep seeing something along the lines. We should have 13 months instead of 12, because then each month would be exactly 28 days, shared around the internet. And it is honestly starting to bother me a bit. So I wanted to make a video to explain why we have 12 months instead of 13. Greetings mortals, and a capital day to you all. I am your host Simeon, and you are tuning in to the Library of Gnosis. The choice of 12 months in a year instead of 13 comes from the solar calendar's alignment with Earth's orbit around the Sun, as opposed to the lunar calendar's alignment with the Moon's phases. Here's how it works. A solar year is the time it takes for the Earth to complete one orbit around the Sun. Approximately 365.25 days. To divide this period into months, we use 12 divisions, each averaging about 30.44 days. So you get that by dividing 365.25 by 12. This division is not perfectly even, so our months vary slightly in length, from 28 to 31 days, to fit the calendar into the solar year. In contrast, a lunar month is the time it takes for the moon to complete one full cycle of its phases, new moon to new moon, which is about 29.53 days. A lunar year, 12 lunar months, is therefore 354.36 days, about 11 days shorter than a solar year. So why do we use 12 months instead of 13? Dividing the solar year into 12 months allowed each month to align more closely with the solar cycle, maintaining consistency with the seasons. If we decide to divide the solar year into 13 equal months, each month would be exactly 28 days. 13 times 28 equals 364. That sounds simple, right? Well, here's where things get tricky. A solar year isn't 364 days. It's 365.25 days. That means that we'd have an extra 1.25 days left over every year, which would need to be tacked on somehow. Either as a mini bonus period at the end of the year, or by constantly adjusting the calendar. More importantly, ancient cultures weren't just picking numbers for convenience. Calendars were vital tools for farming and seasonal activities, and a 12-month system aligned more naturally with the solar year and Earth's seasons. Ancient cultures that relied on agriculture needed calendars that matched the solar year to track seasons effectively. This was critical for planting and harvesting crops. A lunar calendar would drift out of sync with the seasons over time. The Roman calendar initially had 10 months, and later added 2 more, January and February, to align with the solar year. This 12-month structure became widespread and influenced modern calendars like the Gregorian calendar. Why does a lunar calendar have 13 months? If a calendar were based solely on lunar months, there would be 13 lunar months in a solar year, because 365.25 days divided by 29.53 days equals approximately 12.37. Some cultures, like the Islamic calendar, maintain a 12-month lunar calendar, leading to a drift of about 11 days per year. Others, like the Hebrew calendar, occasionally add a 13th leap month to reconcile the lunar and solar cycles. A solar calendar with 12 months aligns with the Earth seasons, while a lunar calendar's 12 months do not, often requiring 13 months to match the solar year. Calendars aren't just about neat numbers. They're about making sense of the world around us. So next time you hear someone suggest switching to 13 months, you can share the real story behind your 12-month year. Time will pass and seasons will come and go. Roy Bean. Now, we're coming to the end of this season. I want to thank you all for watching. If you want to watch all my videos ad-free and have access to all my scripts, including sources, then check out my Patreon. Would you kindly? I will see you in the next video, mortals.